Hello, good day everyone. So, I will commence a new series of lectures that is why do we have several gods in Hinduism? A very good question. While I was young, studying in a school, I had a friend who, who asked me this question. You worship several gods, you worship belly gods, you worship serpent gods. And there was this teacher who was explaining in the classboard, you cannot have two gods because one god will conquer the other and there shall be only one god. Now, I was wondering about all these questions. First of all, when the first question of why we worship several gods like belly god and all, well, it is people have absolutely misunderstood Hinduism. That's the only thing I felt about it. You see, I'll come to this first question later. The second question I will take when a teacher explains that there cannot be two gods because one god will kill the other and conquer and become uh, the supreme. If the word you use God, how he can go and kill the other god? That's my basic. I was thinking like that. Whenever you use the word God, like when you use the word infinite is infinite. There cannot be infinite plus one. When you use the word God, it is full. He is infinite in knowledge. He is infinite in love. He is infinite in character. So the question of killing or overpowering another God, if you want to use that term, cannot happen. So that is a wrong explanation by a person of some other religion, for example. It's a wrong explanation. Maybe use some other explanation to convince me, that would have been better. And why we worship belly gods, why we worship serpent gods, why we have several gods. It's pantheism, said one religious preacher. My God, how they have misunderstood is what I'm going to explain. You see, in the gods are different from devas. In the Rig Vedic times, we had devas. Devas are supernatural divine beings. Now, devas cannot be translated as God. I don't accept the translation. They are supernatural divine being. We had a Paramatma. There were about 33 devas, whereas translators put as 33 gods. 33 devas there were. Vasu, Rudra, Aditya, 8 plus 11, 19. Vasu is 8, 11 is Rudra, and Aditya is 12. So that becomes 31. One we have as Prajapati, 32, and one we have Devendra as 33. As I have already told you, we have 32 GPS and one mother station. You see, these like satellites, we have we say Navagrahas, we have 9 satellites. You see, these are all forces of nature which the ancients worshipped. Or worship means what? It's a metaphor, paid respects, all called for the help, because they want to have a proper journey of this body life, because there is something called Paramatma, and Hindus right from start believed in reincarnation, as matter cannot be created or destroyed. So they worship the forces of nature. That's simple. See, if I go and pat a dog nicely and be friendly with it, it will wag its tail. It will do whatever work I want. If I go and tame an elephant, it will draw for me about 10 tons of log or any weight. People have tamed the lions. I saw in a YouTube, so you can see. Lions come and lick and be friendly with the man instead of biting him. You can tame any creature in this world, because if you want to have if you expect a reward, whatever the reward may be, your happiness or something, you tame. Therefore, these forces of nature were worshipped, because if you worship a sun, there is a belief that the sun can grant you a boon, or It communicates to you in a way so that you get what you want out of the sun, S-U-N, sun, which you think is beneficial for you. A farmer may pray to a sun for a good sunshine for his rice crop. And it happens if you start praying, concentrating on that energy, it does happen. Because finally you are not going to think too much of Paramatma. You are going to pray to a superior power for having to have a good standard of living for you. The journey of your body, not the journey of your soul. Everybody prays to God to get a good job, good marks in their exams, or good spouses, or good children, or good crops, or good money. They don't at the start pray that I should reach the feet. I don't want this world. Who does? Everyone is possessive. Therefore, when you start appealing to the powers of nature, it does help you because of your concentration. If you start meditating on wind or on air, oxygen, you are going to get proper wind or rain or oxygen, whatever it is. That much is certain because on power of concentration. I'm going to go and prove by physics, by sciences, the significance in worshipping powers of nature. Worshipping means what? Giving respect. So, people of other faiths need not ridicule saying you worship everything. Secondly, sir, in everything, whether it is an elephant or whether it's an atom or whether in my shirt or in my brain or in my hairs, God has to be there. The Paramatma we call. He is the supreme of the supreme being. That state as Buddha calls. He has to be there so that you can define him as all powerful. A God in the context has to be all powerful, all pervading and infinite. So he has to be inside a serpent. He has to be inside a stone. He has to be inside an elephant or whatever it is. He has to be everywhere. Which form of worship you like to have concentration upon for your easy communication to that power, you create that image of that power and then you start appealing, praying, respecting. So, what is the mistake in having several gods? Paramatma we know is one, he is supposed to be. So, and that Paramatma has to be everywhere. Inside an atom, I have already explained, we have Mahavishnu. Vish is a dhatu in Sanskrit, means presence. Anu means atom. One who is present in every atom is Vishnu. So he can be present in a serpent, he should be present inside the devil, he should be present wherever in an animate or in inanimate things, in stones. It is up to that individual. Because the individual knows what he wants. Some individuals want to play a sport. Some individuals want to get a good job. Some individuals wanted to travel. See, everyone's preferences and likings are different. So what is wrong? What is there to ridicule when our Vedas, the Upanishad says there is that Paramatma, there is that state of the divine light where you merge yourself so that there is no Punarapi Maranam and Punarapi Jananam. Now, my dear friends, see, is everything you in your life you take only to singularity? Parents, you have two parents, mother and father. Relations, you have several relations, right from your brother, sisters, uncles, dads. Our relation is one. You have several teachers in your life. A teacher for physics, a teacher for chemistry, a teacher for mathematics. And that too in the first grade level, fifth grade level, 10th grade level, high school level, college level, doctorate level. When you are having so many teachers, so many relations, and you have doctors for your medical treatment. You have an ordinary doctor, you have a specialized doctor, You have a doctor for kidney, you have a doctor for liver, you have a doctor for heart, you have a doctor for brain, you have a doctor for various bacterial infections. Then why don't you just go to one doctor and one teacher in your life? Absolutely, it makes no sense. When you can have different foods, when you want to have different places for travel, for your own excitement and enjoyment, why don't you confine yourself to only one place? Why don't you consign yourself to only one teacher? Enough. Brothers, variety is the spice of life. It enables you to have various sources you can approach to get the benefit for your bodily life. That's what Swami Vivekananda, we say in Rigveda, Akashat patitam toyam yada gacchati sagaram sarva deva namaskaraha keshavam pradigacchati. Akashat, from the Akasha, patitam toyam, the falling water, that is the rain, yada gacchati, going on, yada always, yada sada, sada gacchati, whenever it goes, whenever it goes, yada gacchati sagaram, sarvadeva namaskaraha, any deva you prostrate, keshavam priti gacchati, it goes to Keshava only. Keshava is Almighty, is a Paramatma, that one singular God. Because from singularity, there was a big bang, and you see the variety which you are enjoying in your life. As I said, you like to have variety of food, variety of dresses, variety of travel places, variety of educational institutions. You take variety of medicines, you study under variety of teachers. So, the concept of having many gods or devas, I don't put it as God. God is only Paramatma, as Hinduism says. Hinduism also goes to singularity. That is the Paramatma. That is a divine light. Buddha said there is a state. That state, he says, which is singular, which is all powerful, which is all pervading, not at one place, not only in temples. It is all pervading, under the ocean, over the skies, inside a devil. That is a Paramatma, that we are not saying. But for the journey of your body, you have to have various devas. That is the essence of the Hindu philosophy and faith. More of it I am going to discuss subsequently. This is the part 1. Part 2 will come shortly. Till such time, please stay tuned. Bhuyat Tavat Shubhamangalam. Thank you.